So this cat is from a game called Inside the Cat Stream. You can't just call it a cat bed, because this game is the exact same thing as Inside the Dog Stream. If the dev says they've never played Inside the Dog Stream, they're lying. He's like, look at this steel plate, that's my bed. And there's a massive poster above the bed, which he says is an old friend. I mean, that's still somewhat normal. But wait, what used to be on this living room wall was an alarm clock. Looking around the living room, the most expensive thing here has got to be this 4-door light box. Too bad it's just for show. Next to it is a room boarded up with wood. No doubt about it, that's a vault. Let's check out the TV. There's a capybara on it, and he says it's a skin. Come on, at least give the guy a name, like Ghostblade or something. Heading into the bathroom, the first thing you see is a cat bath that's higher than the sink. Or maybe a cat toilet? And inside is the cat food. There's a little guy taking a bath in the tub. You can take him out, but this little guy isn't used for prying doors open, not yet, anyway. Alright, let's head out first and admire. Wait, you call this a bag? Is there even any point in feeding this bag? Of course, since it's already like this, it probably won't mind where the cat food came from. Here, have some good fruit. Oh, straight to an ending. And such a lazy game actually has 6 endings? There's definitely more than meets the eye. Ending 1/6, the neutral ending, I get to live another day. Living another day basically means there's no good fruit coming my way. Well, that makes things simple. There's a bottle of poison here. Mix the poison with the cat food, and it's a wrap. Ending February 6th, the bad ending, you're going to poison your cat? You should feel ashamed, you monster. My anime waifu? I'm just putting it out of its misery. Okay, now I found a big rock here, so the little guy finally has a job to do. Smash it open, and there's a key used to unlock the shoe cabinet by the door. After smashing it, it turns out to be a bunch of lettuce. If you're not gonna use your 4-door fridge, you might as well burn it for your ancestors. Do I really need to get some calcium? Am I tripping? Ending 3/6, the MP ending. I don't get it, but I've got plenty of lettuce. So from inside, you can see a bottle of snow outside the window. Coming over, I found a cat food recipe posted here. Exploding cat food, SS juice, lots of lettuce, and spices all mixed together. So this bottle is the SS juice. Meaning, you're not sure if it's good fruit or bad fruit. But the key is, it actually makes you press E to drink it. Let the cat try it first. Wow, it won't drink it, so I'll chug it down myself. Ending April 6th, the SS ending, the SS juice you drank turned into, well, damn, good job. So there was already a hint for the next ending just now. Add the spices, and then mix all the other ingredients into this bowl. Completed the epic cat food. Even the packaging box was made along with it. Truly worthy of being the good fruit I unlocked. Ending May 6th, the good ending. You never have to feed your cat again because the cat food you gave it was just too amazing. Really? I highly suspect the poison cat food kicked in again. After finishing 5 endings, a combination lock appeared on the cabinet by the door. So it's a 5-digit password. Where are the hints? The alarm clock is highly suspicious, but all the clocks in the house point to 12 o'clock, so that doesn't seem to be a hint. At this moment, my dog's dream PTSD kicked in. The jump key in this game seems useless too. Could the hint be outside the wall? Check behind the sink. But besides that, I actually did notice something outside. I just really couldn't tell what on earth it was. So let's check behind the sink like it said. Go to the sink, nothing. Then check the toilet. All the good stuff is always in the toilet. Binary code. So this hint needs to be looked at in 2 parts. First, this string of characters makes absolutely no sense right now, so let's ignore it for now. After all that hassle, it turns out to be a ball. Actually, we need to use a hammer. The little guy has quite a few uses. Now the ball turns into a hammer. But in the eyes of a Sichuanese, there's no real difference between ball and hammer. Anyway, now it can be used to pry the door open. Wow, it's so dark. What? Whoa, this old friend of yours is way too huge. He says he's been locked up here for 11 years, and the person who locked him up was me. But right now, the primary mission is to kill that cat. The poison I gave it earlier didn't work. This is a psychological game. I need to take this fork and kill the cat to completely liberate the universe. Really? I'm gonna have to be the bad guy again.
so I guess this is it. And goodbye, I'll be seeing you.
Ending 6, the true ending. Got M. You killed the cat and liberated the universe. Go back and rest up for now. It's another hidden, incomprehensible ending. This kind of art style just keeps getting passed down. 12 o'clock. You are in the bedroom, without leaving a single trace of getting out of bed. You look out the window and say, today is a nice day too. Your sense of time is terrible. Your friends gave you 12 clocks that are always on time to remind you not to have unnecessary doubts about time, which has no standpoint. When you were 7, you said the trash can at home was boring, always avoiding your harsh topics. So, you turned into a poster, passing time in a frozen world. You two didn't talk much. Most of the time, you talked about being hungry, being sleepy, and some questions about the universe. One thing is for sure, you and a 98-inch piece of paper reached a certain level of understanding. At 15, you wished life would become more lively and wealthy. Do you mean spiritually? Asked the poster. No, you answered instantly. The poster's attitude shifted, viewing you as a three-dimensional life form full of greed and longing for material things. You categorized it as a group, and you locked it in the room. You called this a dimensional gap, because there is an uncrossable distance between different dimensions, so different minds have differences. Time stopped in place. Your little house decided to borrow some out-of-place things. Spiritual wealth was gradually replaced by material things. After getting in touch, you found they had no clear understanding of themselves. Whatever they wanted to do was gone. The fridge said, I am a capybara, a sea fridge. These hypocritical materials went against your pursuit. You didn't know who to say I'm not satisfied to. So, you tried to convey resistance through repetitive behavior. You kept spinning at a near unconscious speed, spinning on and on, creating a sharp contrast with the still planet. One day after you stopped growing, you crawled out of bed. A strange cat intentionally stayed in a yard. At first, you refused to have close contact with it, because the straightforward bowl next to it ruthlessly showed its spiritual poverty. Gonna eat, the cat spoke, breaking the ice. Even in a body that couldn't tell morning from night, eating, just like sleeping, could force internal time to move forward. Bullshit. The communication of thought suddenly plummeted into vulgarity, because for a moment you couldn't think of a reason not to reply to a warped logic from a narrow mind. If you don't want to communicate with me, then you supply the food, and I'll help you kill time. That's all. You had a dream of a parasitic relationship where you were stripped of thought and could only run around, desperately hoping to act as a bottle of poison so your remaining spirit could escape from your mind. Look, drink it up. In the end, you also want to return to independence. Look at the clocks. They have no life, they don't think. In 1,000 lifetimes, they have never been alive for a single second. But it is precisely because of their unchanging nature that they can easily guide your memories. You see your childhood troubles, like thoughts about the universe. You see that poster again. I figured it out, the poster said, showing the space. For 11 years, you imprisoned me in this closed space. I was supposed to merge with the universe. Now, go liberate the universe. It is being bound by your narrow cognition. Go kill that cat, stop worrying about the universe, and strip it out of your mind. Release the universe, release me, release yourself. You wake up, holding a fork, intending to commit a premeditated murder. How are you considering it? Is there even a need to consider? You succeeded. You released the cat, released the poster, and released the universe. At the final moment, they told you the truth. All along, the shackles binding the universe have been deeply engraved in your body, refusing to fade away. Lying on the bed, I casually tossed away this universe diary.